After tonight, there'll be 4 whores left. And then we'll get on down to the good stuff. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, Episode 11. 5 girls, 1 gonna go, there's gonna be 4 left. And we start off with the challenge of Everyone Loves Puppets. Child, they took them puppets. They had like 20 minutes to put those puppets in drag. It was funny. I'm not going to go through what everybody did with their puppets, but so, you know, they picked puppets individually, and then each puppet represents one of the girls that's still left in the competition, and you have to dress your puppet up, and then you go ahead and make fun. It's just like the reading challenge all over again with the puppet. Child, the ones that stuck out, Sasha actually had the Nina puppet, and it was hilarious. That's Sasha. Sasha is funny. She really is. Everything she does is not intellectual and dry. Some things are just really goddamn funny. So that was funny. Peppermint actually had the Alexis one, and it was really, really funny to me because she kept giving it, honey. She gave it something on Broadway, and it kept being real, real over dramatic. Then she pulled the puppet down and sprayed it, honey, and it came back up green. I said, oh, girl, Peppermint is so rude, honey. Rude, rude, rude. But it was hilarious. Sasha actually ended up winning the challenge. So for the main challenge this week, it was the gayest ball ever. Hashtag gayest ball ever. There were categories. It was rainbow, she better do, sexy unicorn, and then this village people, eleganza extravaganza. Now, Sasha basically got to do choreography. Oh, that was a mess. They had to do the ribbons. You know how they do the ribbons in the Olympics. They had to do a ribbons dance. Sasha had to do the choreography. Child, that was a mess. It was a mess. It looked nice when they got done, but trying to get it together, it was kind of a mess because Sasha is not the dancer, and they were kind of running over her. And that just kind of brought out some of folks' claws, and folks were kind of like having it back and forth. And Sasha kind of said Shay was trying to run over me, and you know that they never disagree. And I was kind of glad they squashed it real fast because the other girls, you know, they were waiting to see it self-destruct because I don't think they like the fact that them two are close. I know Alexis don't with her old hateful ass. But anyway, they got through it. They did the little number. It didn't impress me. That was something that Drew could have skipped altogether. Rhythmic gymnastics. That's what it's called. Rhythmic gymnastics. So let's talk about these categories. Okay, so for the rainbow, she better do it little situation. None of them actually really knocked me out. Shea Coulee had a beautiful gown and silhouette going and had her arms painted like graffiti and all this stuff. It was gorgeous, but they kind of got after her because they said it wasn't the rainbow colors, but it really was the rainbow colors, but they were like muted colors. It was very, it looked like you made something in bright colors and then just put dust all over it. So it kind of just muted the colors. And for whatever reason, it actually worked. For me, I'm going to tell you what she looked like. She looked like a beautiful statue that had been sitting in an attic and it got dusty. And the dust was the thing that made it so prominent. Like you wouldn't want the dust to move at all. That's what she looked like. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But they got after her about that. Trinity's was just strip. She again, she's naked. I'm tired of Trinity being naked but that's her gig. That's how that's her thing. And I'm surprised they haven't jumped all over her yet. I'm so sick of looking at her ass 11 episodes in, but hey, they letting her roll with it, so let's go. None of the other rainbows really knocked me out. They didn't knock me out. I did like the fact how Sasha did the little thing where she lifted the little hat off her head and there was a house underneath and all of that. That was interesting, but I have to say they didn't just... none of that rainbow stuff really knocked me out. It was cool. Now, as far as the sexy unicorn, the unicorn was cool. Shay did a black, it was like this black unicorn, and it was just, she can pull those looks. It was very dominatrix-esque with the long ponytail. She could pull them looks because, she got that Naomi thing down. So she gives you very much of, it's that she commands your attention. And when you put her in all black and some of his patent leather, something about Shea Coulee, baby, that shit just works. So it was cool. But by far the best one was Sasha's. Sasha's was a designer's dream. That whoever designed that costume, it was flawless. The detail and all of that, it was something you just had to see. It was very Amazon-like and Barbarian-like, but light and not like the pieces didn't look heavy. And it was just everything. It really was. It was everything. It was a beautiful, beautiful costume. Very, very well done. Very well done. And you got where it was going. You got it. The rest of them, they're all right. They're just all right. Now, where it got interesting was this here Village People thing. So, the ones who actually stood out for me with the Village People, Shay did well. Shay actually took a bunch of flannels. She was a construction worker, and she took a bunch of flannels and made a patchwork cover-up that she was dragging around, and it was all the drama that you needed. It was drag, baby, and it was glitter all over the place, and yeah, it was cool. Peppermint was the leather guy, and it was a good look for her. It really was. It was a good look for her. And it worked. It worked. It actually, she didn't look like the Peppermint character, like Peppermint the woman. She looked like Peppermint the drag queen. So, and there's a definite distinction. There's Peppermint the woman, and then there's Peppermint the drag queen. Peppermint the woman is a little bald, cute, blonde, tranny girl. My sister tranny girl, And Peppermint the drag queen is my sister performer girl. You know what I mean? And yeah, there was a definite distinction with the two, and it was nice. It was good. And she made her little outfit, and it was nice. Trinity was the cop. That was very cool. It was very much, I think what I liked about it is it wasn't so fishy. She didn't lean on fishy. It was more like a futuristic cop, like RoboCop. And I thought that was really, because the way her helmet and stuff, it was interesting. It was cool. And Alexis Michelle, ciao, bye. It was horrible. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. Shit, this wig, they kept calling it a shake and go. And that's just what it looked like. She took it out the bag and said, girl, I'm going to tear him up with this, honey. It was just black. It was too dark. It wasn't teased or anything. It just was bad. It just wasn't a good look. She was the Indian. It just wasn't good. That wasn't good, honey. It surely wasn't giving me Cher half-breed. It was giving me, girl, if you don't get on out of here, honey. So I was like, okay, I'm about sick of her. Sick of her. And she actually had the nerve to bring up that, she said something about Peppermint's looks being underwhelming. And I was like, no, she didn't. You know what I mean? Because her shit is like, girl, her shit's like, so what? So what? Then she went back to that whole thing when I watched Untucked. She had nerve to make another one of them comments about nobody told me in the workroom they didn't like my stuff. And she said they were shady whores. I was like, I think that child forgets that she's actually competing at some point, but I've just seen enough of her. I really have. I've seen enough of her. She was giving me very much mall drag, and it just wasn't working, and I was really, really sick of it. Sick of it, sick of it, sick of it. Let's see. So, Shay ended up winning the ball overall. She ended up winning overall for the ball. She got a Las Vegas trip. She gets to go to Zoomanity. And it's all expense paid for 2 people. So that was really, really nice. And in the bottom was Peppermint versus Alexis. Peppermint slayed Alexis. Completely slayed her. She pulled the old wig off of the wig trick and ripped that damn. They were doing Macho Man, and I was cringing the whole time that they were actually having the lip sync to Macho Man by the Village People. I understood where you were going, Rue, but now we're lip syncing men's songs. I didn't like that. But when she took the wig off and then had this short little crop wig, and the bitch looked even better than she did with her long wig and her little leather cap, I was like, okay. And Peppermint was getting off. She was getting off. You know, she did her whole stage thing. She was doing some of the choreography from If. I said, girl, you better get her out of here. She sent Alexis' ass packing, and I was glad to see her go. I was sick of Alexis Michelle weeks ago. So goodbye, Alexis. Top 4. Shea Coulee, Sasha, Trinity, and Peppermint. And we'll be down next week. And this is almost over. This is almost over. So I'm excited to see what happens. The way things have been going on here, I'm not sure how this is actually going to break out. So I'm not even going to try to act like I know what's going to happen. I'm ready to just sit back, cross my legs on this couch and see. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. So I will talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.